let me know if you can hear me, okay? This is, I haven't done YouTube in a long time, so let me know if you can hear me. Hey, Carol. Hey, Sherry. How are you guys? Can you hear me? Oh, great. You can hear. Great. I'm so glad. Oh, loud and clear. Perfect. Yeah, you know, it's kind of funny. It seems like when I did a YouTube live a long time ago, I couldn't see the chats. I didn't know why. And I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, people. If you're here with me, I can't, I can't see your chats or anything. Hey, Terry. Oh, thank you for sharing, Carol. Yeah, you guys share. Give a, I don't know, is it thumbs up? Does YouTube do thumbs up? I don't even know. Well, guys, it's week 1, and the card and things that I'm planning is so funny because on my way home from work, it was raining really hard, in our Pacific Northwest here, and I live at an elevation and stuff. It's so funny, and so as I'm getting closer to home, it's like starting to get slushy, things like that, and then, oh, lo and behold, I'm home. I take the dog out to go to the bathroom. I come back in, and it's snowing. Oh, it's so funny. It's like, uh-oh. So very fitting because we're using a beautiful large snowflake tonight. So I'm going to just go ahead and switch over. Let's see. Just my stamping surface. Oh, let's see. Do I want to do both where there's me and the stamping surface? All right, we'll do that for a little bit. And then when I decide I don't want to see myself in the corner anymore, I'll switch it. All right. So I just had yesterday and Saturday the holiday Stampin' Stack, and it was so much fun. We did 12 cards, 6 each of 2 different designs, and then a bonus project. But tonight, you guys, I am going to be using the Snow Crystal Stamp Set. Now, it is just a large background stamp. And if you just really look, you can see all those little crystallines. That's what's so pretty about this. When it gets really frosty, like against the windows and things, I just think that is so pretty. There are so many different techniques you can do with this. First off, we're just going to kind of use it as is, and then I'm going to do a little embossing and things with it. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside because we don't need to be looking at the stamp box. I'll just put that aside. And then here's where you can see it is a large background stamp. It is a rubber mount, and that's a good question that people are asking, well, why are some things photopolymer? Why are some things rubber? Well, one of the reasons, decisions are made based on how detailed something is. The more detail, you'll find that they probably will be produced in a rubber because you get a much clearer and crisp image in stamping. And when something has so much detail, it's important to get a really good and crisp image. And the rubber mount does the best in that. Now, what I'm using here is kind of fun. I'm just using one of the supplies from the Holiday Stampin' Stack for my card right now because it just lends itself so well. I have a pool party base here, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Oh, Sherry, Ohio. Oh yeah, you were my neighbor. I grew up in Michigan, in the outskirts of Detroit, and boy, oh boy, right? We get some big time weather there. Now, what I have also, and I don't know if I want to do this, but I think I do. This was one of the packaging bags that Stampin' Up! Has in the mini catalog right here. They are the Stars treat bags, and what's really neat about these treat bags, they're kind of waxy inside, but you get a package of 10 of them. They are great. I actually keep our numbers when I do giveaways in them. And I had one left in a package, and so I thought this would make a really great stencil for on a card, so I'm going to use that. Now I know I'm doing snowflake, but you know, a star background's okay. Now I am using Balmy Blue. I'm not using Pool Party ink. For some reason, the Pool Party ink comes off a much more kind of sea green than blue, so I am using Balmy Blue. And I'm just going to give a little bit of star accents onto my Pool Party. And they'll show really nicely because Balmy Blue is a little bluer than Pool Party. And I'm only going to need those stars kind of around because my white cardstock that I'm using for my snowflake image is going to cover most of that. So I just want to get in there and give a little, and you can probably see it lightly. I'll hold it up for you. Very, very lightly, you can see what's happening here. So it's just a soft, soft color. And what's interesting, the Balmy Blue, it's like, well, it kind of looks like the Pool Party. It just seems like it's tone on tone. And it kind of pretty much is. It seems like it, doesn't it? All right. And then I'll do just a little bit along here. I want to get a bit of those bigger snowflakes too, so there we go. So I'm giving it just a little bit of texture to the base of my card. And one of the reasons why I'm doing that is because my cardstock piece is a bit smaller, and you can see quite a bit of border of that. But I'm also bringing in this gorgeous gold foil paper because I love that. It's so pretty. Oh, Teresa, your message was retracted. Oh, were you going to say something and pulled it back? Yeah, just a nice soft little thing around. Okay, so let's set that aside. Let's go ahead and bring in our large snowflake here. Now this little guy is just going to come front and center. Going to ink it up really good, and notice that I'm bringing the stamp pad to the snowflake. Anytime you have large stamps, do that. Take the ink pad to the image because you'll get better coverage and you have a tendency not to push down as hard. Now here's the other trick I'm going to share with you. Go ahead and lay it down, and I'm going to lay it down so not all of the snowflake shows, but I'm going to lay it down, and then I'm going to take my paper, my mat, and bring it over and then rub over the top. That way I keep my hands clean and I'm getting a better coverage over the top. So then I'll let it go and I'll take it off, and look what I have here, you guys. Look what I did right there. You see that? So you know what? There's two sides to every. So as I was talking to you, I was definitely pushing down too hard with my stamp pad. So let's do that again. And this time when I do this, I will not push down so hard with my mat, right? Just a nice pressing down, and I hope I didn't make it move. Let's hope I didn't make it move, you guys. That would be so sad. Oh, I did. I made it move. Oh. You know, third time is going to be a charm. This time I'm just going to turn it over and stamp it the other way. That's what I'm going to do, you guys. Because my piece is smaller than this, I'm getting that border edge around it, and I don't want that. So I'll just do it this way. There we go. That way when I press, I'm not folding that paper down. So ink it up with the stamp facing up, but go ahead and stamp it down unless your paper covers the whole thing. There we go. That's a pretty snowflake. Isn't that pretty? That is just so pretty. I love it. Okay. So we're going to bring that right to here. Just has that soft little edge of the gold, which is what I want. Oh, that. Oh, it looks like I had too much to drink when I look at this side of the snowflake. Oh my goodness. Get this right close here. Oh, I want it this way. I want it this way. There we go. And that gold peeking out is so nice. Now I have a piece of the pool party here. And what I'm going to do is I want to do a gold fa la la. And so I'm going to emboss my fa la la. Let me bring my tray over so I have it. I'll give a little embossing buddy to my pool party here. So I'm not going to get sticky, sticky, sticky. All right, so I'm going to ink this up. With that, I'm going to go ahead and press down my fa la la. And you can see that with the Versamark, it looks like I did the balmy blue, but remember Versamark is just a tone on tone. So then I'm going to bring my gold embossing powder, pour it over, and there I've got a beautiful fa la la in gold. Look at how nice that is. That's great. And then we just want to heat that. So it's going to get a little noisy. Now you just hold it steady. You don't want to be like you're drying your hair because you'll diffuse the heat. And just as you see it change, you slowly move it along. You go back and turn it so you can see it in the light to make sure you don't have any powder still there. And then you are done. And give the right mark, one more, right there. Beautiful. Okay. So now that is complete. Now what I want to do is I'm going to bring my card here and I want to decide, do I want to do a nice little scallop oval with the fa la la right here? Or do I want to use a large, oh no, you know what? I think this one's too big, don't you? That's just going to be too big and cover up too much. We're going to do the scallop because the star of this is the snowflake, right? Absolutely. Okay, so there's my fa la la. And that's going to come here. Now, what I want to let you guys know, I want to do a little something here. I'm gonna do just a little piece of the snowflake. And then I'm going to use just the back of this piece here because I want to like stamp off. And I'm going to take my fa la la, you can't see that, I'm sorry, I'm going to take my fa la la and just put it right over top where I already embossed and just see if I can get a little pattern, and I did. Very faintly, and I don't know if you can see it, there's a bit of the snowflake pattern is around there. That's kind of neat. I'm not sure that you can see that at all, but I am going to bring in my blending brush though, and I'm going to go ahead and burnish the ends here with it, just so it's a little bit darker along the scallop edges. There we go. All right. And so let's get some dimensionals. I'm going to use 3 across here. Well, thank you for saying it's pretty. I just think the snowflake is just gorgeous. Now this fa la la is going to go just right here. Nice and simple. I think I'll even come over a little farther. Well, let me see. I like it right here. I tend not to put things right in the center, you guys. I tend to kind of come off a little bit. And then I want to use some bling. I want to bring some more gold in. And we have these, I don't know that we have them anymore, the elegant faceted gems. I don't think we do, but the gold is perfect. You can go with the clear, but I really like the gold. Grab my tool here. We're going to go ahead and put one right in the center. I'm going to bring another one down here. And then this one, I like to I'll just do here. It kind of gives me that bit of a triangle here, which is pleasing to the eye, those things in 3. All right. And I thought, it was interesting. I thought, boy, wouldn't it be pretty to bring in this right here? I thought, well, maybe I could have gone across like that before I put, I kind of like that. Hold on. Let me see. Again, I don't want to cover up the... Nah, it's not going to let me. I pushed my things down too far. Do I like this ribbon? Do I need this ribbon on here? No, I don't. I have my bling. So let's get to the inside of our card here. Let's go ahead and where is that stencil? Because I do want to have a bit of stenciling here. My balmy blue ink, yes. And my blending brush. We got to carry that theme over. There's some pretties. And here's some pretties. And here. And that's all I need. You can see that there. Can you see that? Yep. All right. And then, of course, we're going to have a piece of this snowflake. So let's go ahead and ink up a bit. Don't need everything. And then I'm going to turn it over here. And I'm going to have a piece of that snowflake here. Just like so. And then I'm using the Framed and Festive stamp set for the Fa La La. And I'm then going to put the little Merry Christmas right on the inside there. Or I am not. Because my Merry Christmas is not in there. So I am going to do, I guess 'tis the season to be jolly. It's kind of, I don't think it's, no. Have yourself a merry little Christmas is the one we'll use. Sometimes it's so hard to decide. Oh, I could do Season's Greeting. I think I will. Let's use Season's Greetings. I'm sorry, you guys. I just changed my mind. I'm going to use Season's Greetings. And Season's Greeting comes from the Brightest Glow. I'll show you that in a minute. Ooh, that's looking awfully light. Oh dear. I don't think I want it that light. Yeah, I can do it right on my edges. My balmy blue needs a little more balmy blue ink in it. Very pretty. I like it. We'll put this on the inside, and there's only one more thing we need to do, and that's a little Winka Stella on this card. There we are. And now our Winka Stella. Make sure I got some here. Ooh, that is not the Winka Stella color I want, you guys. Ooh, let me grab the right one. The Wink of Stella that was in my holder was a colored Wink of Stella, and I do not want that. I had somebody who just loved the Wink of Stella at the holiday Stamp-A-Stack for sure. They like started putting it on everything. They had so much fun with it. And I think that's great. Wink of Stella is very pretty. One thing you have to be careful of with the Wink of Stella is that it will cause your water-based inks to bleed. So the snowflake's done in balmy blue, so you want to be a little careful. You don't want the ink to bleed. But what it does is it just gives you that bit of glimmer and glitz. So that's there, that is. So fa la la, season's greetings. That is a beautiful wintry color, right? Snowy, just like it was doing outside. I don't think it's snowing anymore, which is good, right? Oh goodness. Okay, so I'm gonna take a minute here to wipe off my snowflake stamp. That'll be important for the next card. I am doing one more card, you guys. I just have to, because there's so many great techniques and things you can do. So I'm going to do an embossing right now. And the other technique I thought about, and I'll just do like a Saturday stamping video with it, is, and I've done it before, where you use your Stampin' Chalks, your pastels, and water. You spritz your stamp, and then you can color with your pastels right on the stamp, and then stamp it onto your paper, your cardstock, and it's beautiful. All right, so I need to put the gold embossing powder back in the container. So this is Stampin' Up's embossing tray. They finally brought it back with a beautiful embossing brush to get all that excess off, and these wonderful tweezers. So very nice. So my gold's going to go aside, and our pretty card's going to go aside for right now. I'll wipe off my gold here. And any more gold in that tray, we don't want it in there. All right. So now we're going to go with our little non-traditional Christmas colors. I love it. I have some Highland Heather. Oh yeah, they do. They have Wink of Stella comes in like gold and silver. And it was a silver that I actually had in my caddy. So they have gold, silver, and then just the, like what they call like the clear Wink, which is just a little dazzly. All right, so I have a piece of Highland Heather at 8.5 by 5.5, and I have a couple of 5 1/4 by 4 pieces, outside, inside, and I have a strip here that'll be perfect for our sentiment, okay? All right, so, get this all right. So now we are going to take our beautiful snowflake, and we're going to take the Versamark pad that we used just a little while ago for our Fa La La sentiment, and we're going to ink up our snowflake with that Versamark. Really good. That's actually very good. And then, where's my clear? Here's my clear embossing. I'm going to turn this over, and we are going to get, I think we're going to do the whole darn snowflake right in the center. Ba-ba-da-ba. Now, you're not going to see this as nice as you saw the balmy blue with the Versamark on there, but that's one way. You can use a Versamark pad instead of a colored ink pad. So my snowflake is there. Trust in the process. It's there. So now I'm going to go ahead and put my snowflake in there and open up my clear embossing. And I have this little cardstock piece in there. I can just pick it up and dump it on. I keep my clear in here because I've had multiple clear, and it's a great one that you use a lot when you're doing some techniques. Emboss, resist. Beautiful. I don't know if you can see that. This reminds me of the snowflake vellum paper that we have right now in the mini catalog. It has the raised up, like felt feeling snowflakes. And that's what that reminds me of. That's what it looks like. All right. So now I'm just going to hold this. It's going to take a couple minutes here to get this to go. Well, not a couple minutes, probably just... And you'll be able to see as it's going, I'm not sure if you can, but it starts to get clear and that fuzziness goes away. You want all the fuzzies to be gone, because those fuzzies are the powder and they will just wipe right off. So then it'll just look shiny. Oh, stop. So can you see that shininess on it? Glistening. All right. Okay, so I have some great colors. I have my Balmy Blue, Mint Macaron, and Highland Heather. And I've got my blending brushes. And I am going to do some... Which one was my Balmy Blue? This one. Okay. I'm going to start with my, I'm going to start with Mint Macaron, I think. Now, Mint Macaron can be pretty dark, so you want to be careful. And what's going to happen is the clear embossed snowflake is going to resist any of that ink. So I have a little bit of that, and then I'm going to bring, so you can see what's happening there. You can do this also in white. Emboss instead of clear embossing, you can do white embossing. And then when you do the white embossing, that snowflake will show up even more. Yeah, that snowflake's coming on now. Beautiful. Let me hold it up for a second because it's really faded when it's down on the mat. You can see it there. And then we'll bring our Balmy Blue in. So fun just to rub it all along on here. Now I want some more of my Mint Macaron. And I actually do want that Mint Macaron darker. I just like it so much. And so I'm blending the colors into each other. You don't want like these dark lines showing where they get a little workout here. More of that blue in here. All right, and I one last hurrah with my Highland Heather. I needed to kind of blend that with the green a little bit better and with the blue a little better. There we are. Let's close these up. One more to close. And then I have a, where's my tissue? My little tissue. Here it is. So I'm going to take this tissue now, and I'm just going to run it over the snowflake, because what that's going to do is that's going to take any of that ink that might be sitting on top of the flake where that clear embossing is. And you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of kind of like the little x-ray things. But you can see I have that pretty pastel. I've got the mint macaron and the balmy blue and the Highland heather. Really goes well together. Oh, my screen, it kind of looks like mud. Ooh, that's not very pretty. It's much prettier in person here, you guys. So then I'm going to go ahead and adhere this down here. But what I want to do is I'm wondering about this really pretty white ribbon here. I just really like that. And so I think I want to do that. I know it's like covering up the snowflake a little bit, but you know, sometimes I'm okay with a little bit of that. So my trick, you guys, with ribbon is to not wrap it all the way around because you waste ribbon that way and it adds much more thickness to your card, is I like to tack glue on each side of the cardstock there, and then I come around and stop. I have a little piece there that I had, and then I'll trim off this. Oh, these are not ribbon scissors. Oh my goodness. Yikes. My cardstock curled when I embossed it. And so that's going to go like so. So now, as I'm talking, I will, my Saturday Stampin Saturday video that I upload, it's not a live, I think I'll do like 3 techniques with this snowflake. Because I was just thinking of, you know, the gold foil stuff, the gold flex stuff, where you use the heat and stick powder and you then use that gold flake stuff. How gorgeous would that be, rubbing that gold into there? The chalking technique that I talked about. So I think I'll do that for Saturday. That'll be great fun. Okay, so I am going to use the Labels Aglow. It kind of goes along with that suite of products, the Brightest Glow. And I'm using the Season's Greetings right here that I stamped the other card with. And then I'm using this die because this die is perfect for that Season's Greeting. And it's also perfect for many of the other sentiments, right? They purposely do that when they coordinate a die set with the stamps. That's just a given, isn't it? So let's set this pretty pastel snowflake aside for a minute. Oh, it's so pretty. And I'm going to grab my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine so I can stamp the sentiment. And I think I'm going to stamp the sentiment with the mint macaron. Maybe the Highland heather. Do you guys think I should do the sentiment in mint macaron or Highland heather? I think I'm going to do the mint macaron because it is the sentiment is gonna kind of go where the mint macaron and things is, and I just think that'll tie in really nice. So I'm going to go with that. So never mind. I don't want your answer. I don't want your answer, you guys. That's so funny. Okay, let me just check here. Yes, that is what I want. I'm going to on either side. And the other thing, guys, when you stamp your images, I'm going to tell you, please don't just push down in the center of your pad all the time. When you go and stamp your image into your stamp pad, you want to tap it around your pad. Because what happens if you always stamp right inside the center, you will cause a bowing of your stamp pad, and you will also cause all that ink to push to the sides. So, move it around. All right, there's my little 2-minute infomercial. All right, put my base in, put my icky plate in, the one that I have at the bottom, my sentiment in. Now, remember I told you you want to stagger your plates on your mini. It just helps it much better to go through and get started. Your large, regular, standard size machine, you don't need to worry about that. It has big rollers and it can take a lot of differences. or a lot of depth, but the mini cannot do that. So you help it by staggering your plates. All right, let's set that aside. Bye, little mini. And here is my great sentiment, Season's Greeting. Beautiful. I love the dots and the larger circles there. And that's going to come in here. Well, that's just going to cover up my ribbon. I don't like that, so I'll have to come down a little bit on it, won't I? I am going to give it a little spongy, too. I am just into the sponging today. My sister-in-law, Pam, she loves to sponge around the edges. And I've been kind of getting into the just really clean and crisp look. But when she was at the Stamp Stack this weekend, she said, Mary, I need my sponge. So I had to get her sponge. We're heading to Stampin' Up! On Stage Local this weekend up in Vancouver. That's going to be fun. All right, what do I need? I need my dimensionals. That's going to be a lot of fun. We get to see some new products, have demonstrations of some new products coming out. You know, January and February is the celebration period again. And the January to June mini will be coming out. And if you guys, I have the mailing selector where Stampin' Up! Will mail the mini catalogs and things. And if you don't get catalogs from me and you want to, just make sure to chat or leave me a comment on the video that you are interested in that, okay? All right, so we need to do a little something inside here. And let's go with our seasonal, our brightest glow. We said Season's Greetings. And so I think we'll say, hoping your Christmas shines bright with love of family or friends. Oh. You use only the center ink. I've only used a few of these here. So what did I say? Hoping your family and friends. I have my readers on and I still can't read what it says. All right, so with your rubber mount, if you don't know, you have your stamp and you have the other side, which is the foamy side. And then you find the halfway mark here and you peel that off. This is the adhesive sticker. Now you know your adhesive sticker, kind of like once it's on there, it is not coming off. I have managed to take it off here and there, but you don't have a lot of. So what I do is I come to one side and line it up, and then I kind of follow it as it goes down to make sure I'm putting it on there correctly, and then you just peel it up and it's there. It's lovely. Okay, so we'll go with the mint macaron just like we did with our sentiment. That looks pretty good. I will test it out on my mat first, right? So ink it around. Oh, that is so light. It is time for re-inking the stamp pads, right? All right, here we go. There we are. It says, hoping your Christmas shines bright with the love of family and friends. Now, I always like to do some other little something on the inside in the corner or something like that. But I'm just going to let it be because, I mean, I have things that have snowflakes and stuff, but they're not right here with me. And I don't want to do those stars. But we are not done with this card, you guys, because we have the iridescent pearls basic jewels. Oh, these are so pretty. Now, I know we did clear embossing, but is that amazing that that's clear embossed, you guys? Doesn't it look like it was embossed in white? But it's just because we colored all the cardstock around it that it's causing it to look white. I just think it's the coolest effect. Now, where is my take your pick tool? Take your pick tool, where'd you go? How am I supposed to get my things if you're not there? Well, fine. You just be a stranger. I'll use the scissor. Okay. All right, so I'm going to pick up, let's put a big one right in the center of the snowflake. Come on. When you have to, use your scissor edge. Because, I don't know, it must have fallen on the floor or something. Yep, you ever have that happen? Never, right, you guys? You never have anything fall when you're crafting. That is so pretty. And I'm just going to put one here, kitty corner from that. Oh my goodness, that's so pretty. Oh, that turned out prettier than I thought. So if you were kind of into non-traditional Christmas colors, Highland Heather, Mint Macaron, Balmy Blue, yes. Now, if you are into traditional colors, I gave you none of that tonight, except for the gold. Sorry. All right, you guys, look at that. We got through week 1. And boy, my camera really does make this look muddy. When I take pictures of it, I'll go ahead and I'll post them so you can see how pretty that really is with those colors. It looks so muddy from there. Is it muddy for you guys, or does it look okay? That's when the stamp platform comes in handy. You can restamp until it's the color you want. That's right. That's right, Sherry. All right. Well, you guys, my giveaway tonight is a package of the iridescent pearl basic jewels. Celebration, my favorite Stampin' Up time of year. Yes, it is. You bet. Yeah, and Stampin' Up has gone and done the 2 times a year, and they've been trying that out, and they're evaluating that system that they have, you know, and seeing how people like it, right? Okay, let me make sure I got everybody written down here. Terry and Sherry. Do you know if they still sell the poinsettia specialty vellum? No, Teresa, they don't. I don't believe so. Is the color WS the ones new? Color WOS was. I must have missed that, Sherry. I'm sorry. Carol and Addie and Cheryl and Teresa. I got you guys. All right. Well, let me see who's going to get that. Iridescent Pearls Basic Jewels. Now, I think I've given a package of these away before one time in something. I think in my Facebook Lives. Let me switch over, you guys. I'm going to switch over to just me because, you know, I look so great at this time of night. And let's see what we got here, what we got here. Let's see. Nope, not number 17. Not number 20. There's only not that many people here with me this evening. So you guys are lucky, right? Ooh, number 4. Addie, Carol, Sherry, Teresa. Teresa, you are number 4 on here. You got the Iridescent Pearls Basic Jewels tonight. Well, you guys, I hope you liked my card. Oh, my cards. Aren't those pretty? I'm going to take a picture of them just like that for non-traditional colors. And then look for Saturday Stampin' video, recorded video on YouTube, because I will do 3 different techniques using the snowflake. Hey, you know what? I was going to do the snowflake card this way. I forgot. I was going to have it go this way. Oh, well, they both are this way. See what happens when you're on the roll and you just kind of go? Oh, here's the, oh, yeah, you guys can't see that. All right, you guys. I want you guys to have a great night. Thanks for joining me. And, you know, until next time, you know what I'm going to tell you? I'm going to say, happy stampin'. Bye, guys.